What's up, everyone? Okay, let's see if everything is fine. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope you weren't wrecked by the little pullback that we had. Yo, Grok, bro. What's up, bro? Hope you're good. Thanks, Dixon Cider. I'm doing well. So, an eventful few days. While we wait for people to roll in, let's cover some of these macro things, just to get a summary of what we see going on here. Weekly chart, Bitcoin rejected at the all-time high. It's not a bearish candle, it's like a little bit of an indecision candle. This is the weekly chart. I mean, this RSI is incredibly high, but there's no warning signals there. There's no bearish divergences yet. Maybe we get a little bit of a pullback and then a slightly higher high, creating some bearish divergences, but there's nothing on the weekly there. Eventually, this needs to correct, unless we're in an everything bubble, and we don't know that yet, where everything is just going to go absolutely crazy and defy all hear me blabbering here. That defying all expectations, right? The price action is higher, indicator still lower on the daily here, but I mean, it needs to break all the way down here. Nothing too concerning here. I mean, we had a little bit of a nice sell-off. I would have loved for it to continue a little bit longer. I don't know if this is the end of that. We've just rallied higher here and got rejected. That doesn't even look like we got all the way to the 50. So your shorters will hit the 61.8, which is the 70k area, and that's where they will short it down from there. So the sell-off could not be done just yet. It's an eventful week. This week we have the Federal Reserve funds rate announcement. And I should probably pull up Forex Factory here so we can see what people are thinking. And the CME Fed to watch so we can see what the market expects. So on Wednesday, 2 days from now and 3 hours, we will see the Fed announcement. 99% of the market thinks that we will continue with a pause, right? And nothing changed. 2 weeks ago on Katie's channel, I said that, I mean, the market is so frothy, the dollar is coming down, gold is at all-time high, all indices are at all-time high. The inflation numbers are not where the Fed would like them to be just yet. I don't see them rate cutting in this environment at all, as that would frankly be quite stupid to be cutting when everything is just at all-time highs, very frothy. And that is the opposite of, and that is the contrarian view of what the market is thinking. So we got the federal fund rate announcement here. It seems like it's going to be a pause, so no big surprises. The Fed does not like surprising the market, so let's say that it stays the same. So Bitcoin dominance, I mean, this is the daily chart. It's been weeks and even months of just sideways movements here. Bitcoin dominance has no idea what it wants to do. The price action is higher though, and the indicator is resetting. This is called hidden bullish divergences, which gives you trend continuation, and the trend thus far has been up because we've got higher highs and higher lows. The trend has not changed. I mean, we do have a new low and a few lower highs. So this is indecision. You have no idea where this is going to go. We would obviously love for this to roll over, right? But very normal for this time in the cycle. BTC tends to assert itself and put some pressure on the altcoins, especially their BTC pairings, whereas the USD values will do really, really well or stay flat. The dollar moving sideways here. No bullish divergences, no hidden bullish divergences, nothing bearish just quite yet. We're moving sideways here. The Fed announcement will probably not have any effect on the dollar here. Let's go down to the daily and see if it tells us anything here. I mean, we're just moving sideways here, consolidating. Weekly is literally in the middle of the range. And when the dollar weakens, that's good for everything else. Traditional market, I mean, this weekly is closed or open up powerful already. The market has opened already. Some of the top gainers are Apple and Alphabet, announcing that they want to use Gemini, which is Alphabet's or Google's AI, to use for Apple's search functions. So Apple is rallying, Microsoft is, or Alphabet is rallying. ES, very powerful here. We are at all-time highs. We expect these profits to eventually flow to our ecosystem, which is crypto. Coinbase down on the day. Nvidia up 3% on the day. This just continues to go higher. Remember, this is the AI revolution. No bearish divergences there. This market just continues going higher. It's quite funny, right? Quickly scroll through total. Total market cap is rejecting at the 78.6 level, whereas Bitcoin's all the way up here. Ethereum down 2% on the day, very high on the RSI here. It's probably got some bearish divergences, so very, very large sell-off here. A good reset, actually. Is this the log scale? Because this chart looks really weird, yeah. Okay, so a good little rejection and reset there. Not reset fully, you would love for it to go a lot lower. And ETH is sitting at 3,540, so the OA is underwater. But what does it matter if your plan is to hold it into all-time highs? We're not even into all-time highs yet, right? So this is the others. These are the lower market cap altcoins, your meme coins, whatever you like to call them, getting rejected at the 61.8, right? This is a very powerful level. This is where PulseChain actually got rejected recently, and pulling back from there. Total market cap, this is excluding BTC and stablecoin, getting rejected at the 61.8, which is the golden ratio. Total 3, you didn't even get to the 61.8, right? But there's no bearish divergences on weekly scales here. These all look quite healthy. Okay, I think there's a few people that's rolled in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cover all of my coins on the watch list. I mean, some of these are really taking off now with double figure gains. Just quickly scanning here, Grand up 25% on the day. Nice. And yeah, let's zoom out to the weekly scale. Let's hide all these drawings. It's not going to help if I hide these drawings. Maybe I don't want to... Okay, so a break of this channel, bearish retest of this channel. Bearish retest there. Okay, we're also finding support on the 38.2. I'm going to remove some lines here so I don't confuse you guys. So that is not what I want to do. So there's a few breakout levels here, and we've fallen back below them. There was a W breakout here. But generally when these, you get your measured move, when these measured moves get hit, you would expect the market to at least pull back a little bit. You can see the target of this W was all the way up here at 1800. And we've sold off from there. So, I mean, this trade was profitable. I think it actually stopped you out because either way, it doesn't matter. We're not here for trading. We're here for the long term. Indicators, I mean, if we look at the stochastic and the RSI, the stochastic, I've been looking at it for weeks because I looked at it when it started printing. This is bearishly breaking down here, right? And if this candle closes here, you'll see momentum to the downside. I don't know how powerful the stochastic is because I'm not very familiar with this indicator, though. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't. Either way, we have performed really, really well from the lows. And we have been very, very overextended on shorter time frames. But you can see, yeah, incredible support back here and all of the lines that are on this chart. That is the W breakout. Still bullish. That is a sign of strength if you come down and retest it and accept it as support. This was a very fast move and moves, and there's a kind of a gap here in this chart because markets don't like fast moves like that. Like, I'm not saying we're going to retest these levels. Like, honestly, I would not love for that to happen, but we need to be aware of those things. So, I mean, all the way from back here, we've had bearish divergences on this chart. But now there are some bullish signs on these indicators as price action is in fact lower here. From here to here it's lower, so it's cancelled out that bearish divergence or that bullish divergence here. We got nice and low, at least all the way to 37, scared a few people. I don't know if this is enough. Either way, you're gonna have to wait for a W on the shorter time frame for a reversal here. You can see the W starting to form here, but this needs to close above here, right? Because you can see the W forming there. Either way, value for pulse chain is here, and if you want to be holding this for the long term and you have dry powder, obviously you want this area to be hit so you can get some more, because this is at the reload zone. Where are we currently at? I think we bounced off the 50%, which is actually quite positive. Yeah, if you're above the 50%, you're still bullish. If you're below it, you should be kind of concerned. So that's pulse. I don't know if I should say anything more here. Let's look at the overall time frame if we're still in value. So the macro view over here for pulse chain. Interestingly enough, we're bouncing off the 61.8 for the macro view. Let's just remove the 50% there. And this is a very, very powerful level, and we're above that now. And we can see all the confluence at this level. We can see how long we spent time consolidating here before the SEC dump, and we're pretty much just consolidating above this range, right? Bouncing off the 61.8. This is good. Let's see if we can see continuation to the upside. So just in the reverse, because we got rejected at the 61.8. What am I doing? From the high to the low. You see we got rejected here at the 61.8. Generally, the next move takes you all the way to the 236, and this tends to be a quick move. And that is sitting exactly just below the SAC rate. So, this is a bearish retest of the trend line. You can see it gets touched, gets rejected. What you want to see is you want to see these candles close above these levels, get back into this trend line here. That will be positive. You do not want to see a rejection here. Then we're most likely going to go to the 236 here, or even the 61.8. Which is literally after the SAC. Oh, that's a little bit lower. Anyway, I'll be buying this dip here. This will reset the indicators beautifully. I mean, in the past, we haven't really reset the indicators fully before taking off. Okay, that's enough. Otherwise, we're going to be here the whole day. BLSX. BLSX is actually holding above its W. BLS had this W, but it's fallen below it. This is acting as a sign of strength here as we've bounced off this breakout level here. Let's look at the ratio. Very, very powerful here. I mean, look at these candles. So doji candle, this is probably going to close like this, a massive hammer candle showing strength to the upside. As there was massive selling off on this tail, but the buyers not only brought it up to where the candle opened, but is pushing it even higher now here. This is almost at all-time highs. This is literally battling with a sign of strength here on wank-off theory. These are your targets up here if we can start breaking above. This is called the parking garage. This is your first level, profit-taking level on the break to the upside. And I'm not going to be taking profits here if you were a trader and maybe you took this, even the break of the high, they can take profits up here. I mean, it's almost, the 3 extension is right at the 1-to-1 for PLS and PLSX. PLSX is up 13% on the day. Powerful here. It honestly, it looks like it wants to go much higher. But you've missed this trade, right? I was literally talking about bullish structure down here. You've got bullish divergences here, and this is on the 3-day chart. Let's pull up some indicators to see what's going on here. Okay, so this is a different story now. We've got bearish divergences on the 3-day here. So the indicator is higher, price action is lower. Let's see what the daily is telling us. Weakness here as well. Lower high, lower high. Now, this was actually higher here, but still bearish divergences here. Let's just make 100% sure. Yeah, it is lower. No bullish divs here. This is definitely not the place to be going long over here, right? Like I just said, if you've missed this boat, unfortunately, it's goners. The weekly, there's no bearish divergences on the weekly, but Pulse X has performed pretty well versus PLSX here. Now, is that going to be a risk-off environment like we're seeing on the bearish, some of the bearish indicators on the PLS chart? Because like somebody says, on risk on, when people are speculating or when our ecosystem is vibing, which is risk on, and the meme coins are flying and all of that, Pulse X tends to outperform. But when does Pulse X underperform? Pulse X underperforms when we are on risk off, when we are in bearish territory and moving down. So either way, the trend is up. That is pretty much trading 101. If you do not get in front of the trend, you have to stay with the trend until the end. And this trend has not reversed on you just yet. You just can't go short here because you don't know where it will end. But it's frothy up here. It's definitely not in value anymore. Value is down here. And that's easy to know. So we are on Hex here, up 5% on the day. We were above this breakout point, fallen below it again. Have we made new lows? Yeah, we have. We've pierced new lows here, unfortunately. We need to stay above this line, obviously, and hopefully break out pretty soon. I mean, there's lots of bullish market structure here. You've got a left shoulder here. You've got a large head. And this head is even a W. And then the left shoulder here. So when this finally reverses. So let's see what Hex is doing versus Pulse Chain here. I mean, bullish divs all the way from back here, right? So we've been going down here. Let's look at the 3-day. Put on the line chart here because I'm spotting some bullish divs here. Yeah, 3-day has bullish divergences for Hex versus Pulse Chain. Strong bullish divergences, and this has in fact already been confirmed because you can see that this W has broken out, and I'll plot that for you guys right there. Plop. So the higher time frame is bullish here. What you need to see is a W, of course, and it would look something like this. And that's your breakout level, and I will even plot that in for you right there. That is your confirmation of the trade. Now, these stupid people that don't listen to me and have no idea how investing and trading works. The candle has to close above the breakout level, right? Don't message me and tell me that I was wrong. The candle needs to close above the breakout level. Right? It's not that freaking hard. The signal has not fired unless the candle closes above the breakout level. Right? I mean, fuck. Right? This was your W. We broke above. Right? But we got right back in on the next candle. Not to confirm the breakout. So, the breakout candle, confirmation candle. Confirmation candle closed below. It's not a valid breakout. I mean, it's really not that hard. Honestly, my word. EX. Screw everybody, I'm looking at EX. The two hexes, bullish divergences versus EX. EX has bullish divergences versus PX. That is enough for me. I just need a W breakout to confirm it, and then it's a trade. It's just a trade. So 2 hexes here. Let's look at EX versus PLS. It's not going to go away. Very, very oversold on the RSI. This is where you should be interested if you want some of this. The weekly has gotten oversold as well versus PLS. Manage your risk. Don't go throwing your whole portfolio into this. Don't come at me. I mean, this can remove this sticker symbol. This can be any coin. Right, there's your W starting to form unless this closes above here. It's not a go. This can be any shitcoin, right? Doesn't even matter. Forget about the ticker. No bullish divergences on the daily though. Manage your risk. You can't throw your whole portfolio in something like this. The incentive token, $6.80. W trying to form here on the 4 hourly. You need to close above there. Weekly. Can put up some indicators. Not even oversold on the weekly yet. What's the 3-day telling us? No bearish divergences on the 3-day. There was some bearish divergences, but all the way from back here. It hasn't even broken out just yet. Let's see what it's doing versus Rapid Pulse. So this is the weekly. Not even oversold on the weekly just yet versus PLS. I mean, this 3-day is a very, very high, but no bearish divs. There's bearish divs, but I mean, it started freaking forming from back here. So, I mean, if you were selling here, I mean, where is this bearish divs here? I mean, that's not too bad. It's like 40k. Either way, I'm not looking at this chart to tell me when to sell. I'm just selling halves and doubles on the way up. If I'm in this trade, but I'm not in this trade, I'm just farming this and I'm just selling it for PLS and PLSX. I have to do that to offset the impermanent loss that I could have. And don't come at me. I've been selling incentive token all the way from back here, which is at $80 versus $6 where it's at now. So it's got a long way to go. Icosa versus Hedron. No one is talking about it. Everybody's forgotten about it. I mean, I've done really well on Icosa. Looky here. Looky here. Look how we've just come back to this line that I've plotted at the breakout level. Touched it. I've been buying Icosa here on the way down. No bullish divs there, really. The weekly is not telling us much. The 3-day, not telling us much either. Pretty much back at the range that we accumulated at. I'm rebuying it because I literally sold the top up here. But you're not me. You need to get your own ideas and your own strategies, right? Hedron. Is this the lowest it's ever been? No. Got really low back there. Either way. These are all bullish doves because the indicator is lower. Price action is still higher. The 3-day chart still coming down. The weekly resetting nicely. It's probably going to come back to this little W breakout. There, it's already touched it. Maybe move sideways. It needs a little bit of consolidation after a massive move like that. Mr. Cake. This is versus PLS. We've fallen below the all-time highs again. Let's take off the log chart. Let's go to a rapid pulse to see what's going on here. We are inside of the reload zone. I bought some of this earlier. Not only are we in the local reload zone, we are also well within the macro reload zone. So these reload zones are overlapping. It's powerful when that happens. Granny. Versus rapid pulse. Back inside the reload zone, beautiful accumulation, nice little rounding bottom here, up 25% on the day. I got some of this as well, and I can get some more because we're still in the reload zone. That's Granny. PLSP, $11, up 16% on the day, and nice little pullback. Not in the reload zone just yet. Let's look at it versus rapid pulse. Not in the reload zone just yet. I can't even look at this. It's in the nosebleed section. Doesn't mean it can't do well. I just can't get it there. I've been selling on the way up. I got in at the breakout level, so I've got 3 positions in that coin. Gophers. I participated. I sent half of my Gophers to get some on Pulse Chain, to get some on Solana. Excuse me. Hard chart to read. Wicks and tails like to be eaten, so we're most likely going to go to 20 million. These indicators, I mean, from back here to here to here, bearish divergences. I don't know what's going on in this chart. What happened here? Don't know. It's probably going to fill that whole wick all the way up. Let's go first. Let's look at DAI. PDAI. Versus PLS, I mean, a good consolidation, just moving sideways here, but this hasn't come back, so I mean, I can't chase it up there. I need for it to come to the green line. Ah, nice little higher highs and higher lows, good uptrend. What's the USD, I think, is at all-time highs. Yeah, it's all at all-time highs. I mean, I was accumulating it all the way down here. Teddy Bear up 2% on the day. This took a little bit of a punishment because Maria thought she would sell some of this off for EHEX. But hidden bullish divergences here. I got some more earlier today. I should have waited for the reload zone, but it's already touched it once and twice. So I just got some here anyway. I mean, I've got lots of free positions here. So, but there is some hidden bullish doves here, and that the trend is higher, I think. This is probably the only correction that we are going to be getting. Let's do Itropa Hoa, and then I will get to your chat, guys. This is Itropa, not in the reload zone. We're just consolidating up here in the nosebleed section. There's bearish doves here, so it's trying to get it figured out, but if we get to the reload zone, I could get some back there. Still, this is in the macro reload zone. It's chilling at the 78.6 levels because it's still incredibly cheap versus PLS here. HOA, finally back in or touching and bouncing off the reload zone. Down, what's that, 63% from the highs. Let's go to rapid pulse. Still an exception. I can't even get my words out. A large amount of selling still happening here. 9K volume. Now, this is not the largest liquidity pair pool that there is, but I like this because it has all the data. It's bouncing off the 61.8. It has no structure formed just yet. The RSI, it's the lowest it's ever been. It's like literally on the floor here. Let's go to larger time frames. The 3-day, it's never been this low, but it's not oversold just yet. I don't know if it's going to go lower than this, but if it does, I'm getting more at the 78.6 level if we do get to there. The weekly RSI, you can see, is still quite high. It's at 40. It has a lot more room to move down if it wants to consolidate even lower. And we do not know what it's going to do. That is why I nibble a little bit at these lines. Okay, so let's get to your chat. Hey, Hans, what's up with this Slurf story? It's hilarious. Yeah, a developer did a fundraising for a meme coin and burned the whole LP worth $10 million. Waiting for ETH bumps for suck's sakes. Can we please check on Blast? Yeah. Blastar. Here we go. 2 months old. It ends in 0F. It's this one. Blastar. You're catching a falling knife here, but you're forming some bullish divergences as price is going lower, indicators higher. But let's go see what Rapid Pulse ratio is doing. Same story, right? Hidden bullish divergence is forming here, but I mean the trend is down, so yeah, this is enough to reverse the price. You don't have market structure yet. You need to see a W come in, right? But you guys loved asking me to chart this up here, so you guys must be absolutely loving it here, hey? And maybe this is finally time for me to get into this. Now, I don't know. Reflection tokens tend to struggle to get up to their highs, right? But you've got location, you've got indicator confirmation forming. We don't have market structure just yet because we need to see a W on this chart. I'm going to add it to my watch list so I can check it out more in the future. Hey guys, what are your thoughts on Mike? $1.2 million market cap, 120K liquidity. The incentive token paired versus the incentive token. RSI printed at 54, which is still quite high. What was this price close? 99319. 9. It was higher. Yeah, so you can see the clear little W there. It's broken out there. It's in the reload zone. The RSI quite high, unfortunately for you. Is this a reflection token? Bearish divergences on the 4-hour. I'm not in love with this chart, unfortunately, because the daily is still quite high. This is a very new coin. It's going to need a lot of time to consolidate and move sideways. Dixon, you're giving me a lot of requests. I'll do one more, then I'm going to give someone else a chance. I'm going to skip you. I closed my ZKZX position. So it's probably going to come back to haunt me. Because the reason I closed it is I hardly ever close positions. I mean, it's holding up really, really well here. The RSI hasn't reset though. It's quite high still after a massive punishing move like this. I mean, that's your break of the W. So if I'm going to be safe, I'm going to have to wait for that to close there. I mean, this can easily fall through the floor here as it's just trying to hold on to support here. PTP. What's that spell spot? Pulse Trailer Park. It's like, what happened here? It's just gone absolutely quiet on this chart. No one's even talking about it. Terrible. Falling knife here. RSI is reset on the 8 hourly. Let's see what the daily is doing. I mean, you've not even had a relief bounce just yet. We're bouncing off the 78.61 twice. This is probably going to go to the 88.6 level. It's not even oversold just yet. Still has a long consolidation left. $2 million market cap. I would love for this to be much lower, like 200k. I'll add it to my watch list. Maybe it gets nice and low, and we'll look at that some other time. Is BTC in a couple handed pattern? I don't know. Double top. Dixon. Just because I actually want to see what's going on with this chart. It's probably correcting now. Almost $1 million liquidity. 16 million market cap. It's a little bit too large. I mean, the RSI is coming down nicely on the. I mean, wow. Nosebleed section. I can't even look at it up here. It needs to come a lot lower. You can see where most of the volume was traded. Slap bag inside of the reload zone. There is also some confluence here with the previous breakout level. That would cause a lot of depression and anxiety. That's where I will get it. Nosebleed section. Can't get it here. Bearish divergence says confirmed. Hasn't even fallen below this yet. Let's get the RSI to reset all the way. Let's look at the 3-day. Very, very high still on the 3-day. The 3-day had no bearish dips though. Let's see where the weekly printed. Very, very high. I'm not buying something that's on the weekly here. Like, there's no way I'm buying something like that up here. TRC. The reptilian currency. 400k market cap. Let's go to the daily. 4 hourly. Let's go to rapid pulse. Pull up some indicators. This is not in the reload zone, unfortunately. This is day 2. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Little W there. It's in the nosebleed section. We can't even look at it, right? It needs to roll over. Give us a chance down here. PZN. 6% on the day. Market cap 800k. Let's go to rapid pulse. So I think I bought somewhere here. It's bounced off. You've made new lows, dude. You don't want to see that. That sucks. Volume is unfortunately dropping off a cliff here. You can see it on the blue line here. As we were at like 25k positive, and this is minus 27k as people has just been selling off and not rebuying because this is minus 27k. on the volume. Yeah, you've unfortunately lost structure here. When you made this new low, you're gonna have to consolidate here for a while. There's a sneaky little W there that's trying to break out. You're probably gonna have a relief bounce here. A little W there. Needs to close above. Let's see if you have some bullish divergences on the RSI. Yeah, you actually do. This is probably not a bad place to get some. You've got a W. You've got bullish divergences on the RSI. 29. Yeah, it's even on the 3-day. There's bullish divergences on the 3-day. On the RSI. If you loved it up here, you should really love it down here, because this is back inside the range that we accumulated in for quite a while. That's that, pretty much. Hex and ink, we've done that. Can I look at the Hex and PLSX? That's an interesting one. We're probably going to have to look at Hex. Here we go. X versus PLSX. So PLSX outperforming here. This is the weekly chart. Nothing has come to save you just yet. No bullish divergences. I'm finally in the profits with this trade. Dude, I sold Hex back here for PLSX at launch. Finally. 3-day has bullish divergences. You know, I won't be swapping my PLSX for Hex here. I'd be swapping my Hex for PLSX here. Bullish divergences on the 3-day. It's not confirmed yet. It's actually confirmed yet already. Boom, it's above it. That's confirmed bullish divergences. You've got location, but you don't have market structure just yet, especially not on the 3-day. But on the 1-day, that's your break. So I would have to wait for a candle close and a confirmation candle for this to go higher. Definitely not worth selling here. Lots of bullish divs even on the daily. Lots and lots of bullish divs on the daily, even on the shorter time frame here in the last few days. From here to here, from there to there, bullish divs. Inside of bullish divs, I don't know how long it's going to last here. It probably needs a little bit more time to move sideways, consolidate. But it's undervalued versus PLSX here. And the chart is telling us as the momentum is shifting here. Like these bullish divergences don't form just for fun, right? And we saw these indicators like at the lows on incentive, on PLS, on PLSX, on... Yeah, so... I mean, it always feels weird saying it like at the lows that there's momentum here for a reversal. But I'm just reading the charts. There's some more I can do. Can you do Caspa? Cas has probably been consolidating because it's led the whole market in the early days. Massive bears. Now, this is what happens when your coin, and Chainlink did this in its first cycle. Just absolutely ran and did nothing for the next bull market after that. Bearish divs, you're most likely going to miss out this bull run and come all the way back here. This is your weekly chart. There's probably more data that I should look at. But the trade was months ago and this is already played out. Right? So MEXC has a lot more data and even stronger bearish divergences, which has now been confirmed, and you have fallen below the previous highs. This is going to come all the way back to here. That's your breakout level. We can pull up some retracement tools, and you can see it's slap bang inside the reload zone where value is at. Yeah, I mean, this has done its job, right? I mean, if you're not happy with that massive run up, you've probably FOMO'd in up here, right? And this is why we wait for pullbacks, because you're going to sit in this coin the whole bull market and it's going to consolidate, right? And we can't say much, right? As we haven't really done anything in this bull market just yet. Whereas you had an amazing bear market. But our time will come. That is for sure. PX and Titan X would be great. So we've covered PX or Hex. Titan X. Well, I dodged a freaking bullet on this thing. I had a short-term stake just to try it out with a very small percentage, of course, of my portfolio. And my miner ended here in down 30%. The next few days it rallied 30% and I got out break even. Man, did I dodge a bullet there. This is bled out. I don't know. Shame. Like hopefully, yeah, my poll shows that there's a few people that actually lost their PLS position because people FOMO'd them in here. Now, to look for some positive signs, you do have bullish divergences, right? You can see all the way here. This RSI is on a steady uptrend with higher lows and higher. It's actually now rolling over again here, as it's made a lower high and a lower high and a lower low. Oh my goodness! But there is some strength here in this chart. The 3-day, I would have thought that this would have gone much lower. Now this trend is still down. The RSI is making new lows, so there's no bullish divs here. I mean, you've lost your opening price. So let's go look at it versus Rapid, because you need to outperform the coin that you're paired against. Otherwise, you could have just held Ethereum, right? Right? Ouch. Let's see what the weekly RSI is telling us. Guys, I don't hate these things. I don't hate them. I might be harsh sometimes, but I would love for everybody to do well. And it's not that hard. It's like a basic technical analysis skills. This RSI tells me nothing. The weekly, I mean, you can't get lower. You probably can get lower than that. 1748. It's still going lower. It's at 41 here. 48, a slight tick higher. Maybe. So when you have these many decibels, you don't get the RSI to print. So I don't want to go for the MACD because the MACD is a little bit more sensitive. Oh man, minus 38 million, my friends. The last time he has positive buying volume. Oh no, it was all the way back here. Right at the highs. This is where Marco started making hats for Titan X. He has me blocked, bro. Because I blocked him first. Right, guys, that's the thing, is I share a lot of, or I think so, I might be wrong, or just stupid, or a peanut brain, but I think I add quite a lot of value, right? And if you're going to be nasty with me, you're not going to see my value, right? So I am quite quick to block, right? You still have your freedom of speech. Like, I just don't want to see it. And I don't want you seeing what I think is pretty valuable information. I'm getting called down here. Red Squirrel, wait, Titan X. Must have a look at PTGC. So yeah. Guys, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with this thing. But I'm disappointed in some people that I thought knew what they were talking about, including Nerd Girl, which say, yeah, it hasn't failed yet, or I don't know. Has this failed? I don't know. Honestly, don't know. But Marco, FOMO people at the top, Kool-Aid was one of the main promoters of this, got in some major um, influencers that still hasn't said anything about it. Large, very prominent Hexican community members sold, and I heard that coming out of their own mouths, sold their entire Richard Hart ecosystem. Like, that came out of their own mouths. Like, this was literally at these highs up here, right? Like, I don't know when they sold it. Maybe they did it early. Yeah, Marco started creating hats up here for Titan X. And yeah. And then K4K as well, right? Now, K4K, if you see this, no hate, bro. You were spot on with Zen, but this one, I don't know. This can still be doing well, right? But I can actually check. I know a friend that has a long-term miner. So if your max length miners aren't profitable anymore, I don't know. What's the volume doing? Some positive buy volume here, but just 300 sellers. Wait, you've got a third of the buyers than the sellers, 3 times more sellers, even more. Yeah, so I mean, this is people are trying. I can imagine people are trying to get out of this position. This has been enough. Like, you're not gonna kick a dead horse. PLSP, we've looked at that. Texan token, party tokens. Texan. This has got the most data over here. 100k liquidity, 700 million market cap. My word. Is there an origin address? Bullish devs here. Very cheap, not only in the macro here in the reload zone, but on the shorter term time frame. What do I always tell you? If you don't have a W, because this is not a valid W, right? This is lower lows. If you don't have a valid W, the market's going to come all the way back to retest this low that you've made. Now, you do have some bullish devs. You can see the RSI has never been this low, but the price action is still higher than some of these lows. So you've got location. We don't have indicator confirmation yet because, I mean, for this to confirm it has to break all the way up here. I mean, it's a very, very cheap here, right? But you risk losing these lows. Now, you've defended that low once, twice. Let's see if it you can defend it again here. What you would like to see is a nice little W come in here, right? And the granny can be very conservative and wait for that W to print a confirmation candle. You get a breakout candle, that's the candle that breaks above the breakout level, and then a confirmation candle is when the candle closes, a second candle closes above the breakout level. That's your confirmation to go long. It's the weekly telling us. Weekly is not telling us much. Got a little W here on the weekly. Those actually bullish divergences that formed here on the weekly. Now this is your long-term W forming here, right? You see it here, and that's going to be your bottoming pattern. But you need to hold here, right? You need to form some structure. You need a W to break out, and off you go. Party. I hold some party. It's not performing as well as the Gophers, but I got the airdrop of this because I have Gophers. And I bought more. Way offside on that buy. But either way, I'm just going to hold it. It's practically a free position because I bought the exact same volume that I got for free. So Bleh. It's not a pretty chart. It's not bad. You're back inside the reload zone. You've not formed any market structure. You've bounced off the 78.6 level. You've created a V bottom here. You need to at least form a W, and that's your breakout level. Right? A little bit early. It has some work to do. It's gonna need some sideways movements at least. Gophers. There's no analysis to do on gophers. You're just moving up high. I like it when Hans calls people stupid. Did I do that? I'm sorry. What about PLS Puppy? That's PLS up. Dude, you need to you need to tell me the ticker because I've charted it before, but honestly, I can't. Let's put in the whole name. PLS Puppy. Yeah, pulse up. PLS pup. Dude. No, this can't be. Because I remember charting this and saying that this is beautiful market structure. Ah, man. Oh, man. Oh. You're at all-time highs, my friend. And I looked at this chart and it looked beautiful. And I was impressed that and I didn't buy. The thing is, I've never heard anyone talk about this on Twitter. And I've gotten it requested once on YouTube. Like, what's going on here? Dude, Pulse Pop, guys, follow me on Twitter. Like, anyway, value was down here. I mean, look at this beautiful accumulation range down here. W's, W's, W's. And this is your W breakout here. That's the breakout candle. It confirmed, but still went lower. Broke out, confirmed, held it as support, and off we went. Beautiful. Right, so can't chase it here, unfortunately. This could be the top here. These are your levels down here. And there's a large kind of gap here. I think it's probably going to come. Anyway, not going to speculate. It's not even worth looking at this because it's already run. It doesn't mean it can't go higher. Congratulations if you're in this. Very few people are. 1 million market cap. There you go. I think I've seen Almighty say that he's not part. He didn't make the token, right? He's just part of the team. I'm good friends with Almighty. He's in my Telegram. Cult token on PLS. So cult. I want to get some cult on Pulse Chain. I've never owned cult, but it's got an incredibly beautiful chart. On the Ethereum side, right? Oh, look at that spike. Oh, I mean, this looks like all the other PRC20 tokens with this massive volatility and just back to its accumulation range. 2 million market cap with 3 million liquidity. I'd rather just get the cult on ETH. This is gonna pump. I mean, when cult pumps, and maybe you'll get a double off. We really need limit orders because these things happen so quickly. But just to summarize that for you, if you really wanted it, it's in the macro reload zone. It's in the short-term reload zone. It's probably the RSI on these things always just stick slap bang in the middle, which never tells us anything. You know, you're in like the middle of the range. Maybe we can do a volume analysis. Maybe that tells us something. But this is just going to put a line slap bang. Okay, we're below that actually. That's quite interesting. These coins are hard. You should just get to them in their range, which they mostly trade at, which would be this area here. right? Try and get it around this area and just watch it for when it pumps and take your pre-position when it doubles. It's going to be a difficult one. You're going to have to look at it closely or set a limit order and just forget about it. Dogecoin. Interesting. Dude, guys, I saw a freaking Shiba Inu today. My first time I've seen a live Shiba Inu. Whoa. Did you guys see that? Talking about Shiba just popped up on my screen here. That's cute. Oh, wow. You can see the W here, breakout here. I most likely charted it here and never bought some. But this is every cycle story. I actually played some of this on the previous cycle. Maybe I should see if I actually had some. Let's go to my Patreon quickly and see if I had this. Gonna scroll all the way to the bottom of my Patreon. This was 3 years ago, right? It's crazy. Like this is proof, right? September 2022, that I'm not a newcomer to this market. Like I've been doing this trading for a very long time. But I do want to see if we did have some Dogecoin previously. It doesn't make any sense. I'm just bragging, right? I'm just showing you guys that I'm not actually a shill, right? Let's see. These were my recent buy orders. There's my. This was my portfolio in 2020. Top holdings. Cardano, BTC, Monero, VeChain. Yeah, like I do that every cycle. Like I forget to get in Dogecoin, but I've been trading on exchanges this cycle at all. Yeah, guys. So there's my proof that I've been here a few cycles. And this is even before Hex, right? It's not before Hex was launched. It's like I started talking about Hex somewhere up here. Oh, here's my position sizes. Let's see if we got into Dogecoin here. No, we didn't. Anyway, this is not relevant at all to what's going on here. This is the weekly chart. Very oversold here. It's taken Dogecoin quite a lot to get here already. It's going to come back here. That's your breakout level. Let me just plot that again. It's crazy that I can read charts like this. Slapping at the 61.8. This is where you should be getting it. But you should actually be valuing this versus BTC. You should look at all of these coins versus BTC, and this has made new lows. So there's no W here. So, I mean, we are so darn early in the cycle, my word. Look at this. There's so much more to do. But then again, you see, Dogecoin likes to rally off its lows. But to be fair, that is a technical W that you have there. And if I put on the line chart, you'll see it quite clearly. You can see the W there, right? And we draw it in. It's not pretty, and you have to watch the chart very closely. But there's your W there, and that's the breakout level. That's your confirmation for this to go long at 29 sats, and then it goes. So it's probably gonna do the exact same thing this time. Maybe this has been the low, and it's gonna test it there, and it's gonna do a rounded bottom, and it's gonna break out. Because this has been quite a long consolidation. But I mean, this can easily do this for quite a while and then go, right? And that would actually be fine, because that's like into early 2025, and we're expecting the highs to come in 2025. If the 4-year cycle repeats, this will be the highs here. Let me just plot that in over here. So yeah, by then I think Dogecoin could make a new all-time high. It just keeps on doing it. And the meme coins are fire this season. Mike. You guys are shilling, Mike. Good, keep it up. Inflationary token rewards too risky. BBC looks like a buy. I mean, if you've got bullish divergences and structure, there's no reason why this can't rally. But I want to see it versus PLS, please. Not against something else. There we go. Oh my word. Very little, what do you say? Wow. Wow. Look at this volume. There's some volume flowing in here now. Which is positive. Someone's buying here, actually. But it's fallen off a cliff here. You could see the clear W here. This is what you need to wait for, right? Because otherwise you're gonna catch a falling knife. And that's the breakout level here. Right. Did you get a 2-to-1 risk to reward trade out here? Let's see. Let's say you entered the trade here. Let's just do a measured move to see where it could have gone. So we can get a good risk to reward ratio. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So even to there. Okay. Did you get a double? That's 5-1. So it's gonna, yeah, it was just short of a double for you. It's probably because there's such a large supply, so the RSI is not really printing that nicely. I mean, the 3-day, it's got... You've unfortunately fallen below the retest of that breakout level. I mean, you could definitely make a trade here, right? And definitely get a double this, because it's been so like punished to the downside. Like a bounce from the lows could easily give you a 2x, like in a few days or even a few hours, right? Okay. Now we're on the daily, and sometimes when we do see the W come in, generally you miss this first move. But when you see the W on the chart, then you can pull up your fib tool, right? Because we do have market structure. You do have a W on the chart. And you're back inside the reload zone. So frankly, I can't fault the Grandy if she wanted to get some here. The RSI on the 3-day is like death, right? It's just upside, pretty much. Like, you're risking to the downside. Like, if it breaks this low, exit the position, right? You can enter a trade like that. Because if you've lost this low, you're going much lower, right? So you're risking a very small percentage, like you're risking this little bit, but the upside gain is incredible. Look at this. It's right? You see? Like, it doesn't even have to go to the all-time high. It just goes to 50%. I mean, just to its first fib level. How did we get all the way up here? Yeah, it actually printed all the way up there. They should never have released this coin as like a pseudo meme coin on its own. It should have only gotten supply on the market from those who farmed it. Like, there's no reason. I mean, I've hit this thing with freaking... Anyway, I mean, dude, your first fib level. No way. No way. Are we going to count this first wick? I can't remember if it traded it. Let's ignore that wick and just go over this. Freaking hell. It's your first fib level. Dude, that's a 10x. Just your first fib level. And we're using a conservative. Right? Dude, that's a 10x from here. I'm not telling you to buy this. You make your own decisions. If this goes to zero, I don't want to even see you ever again, right? You're responsible for yourself. I'm simply a freaking dude on the internet, not a financial advisor. I've literally taught all of these things myself. So if you're gonna freaking go off a random dude from a developing country, right, and listen to him, and you're a first worlder, reconsider. And what about Wolf on Pulse Chain? I actually really don't care. I quickly want to look at Wolf on. Ow. Oh man, it's come all the way back down. Sorry, Sami. Should have taken profit. Should have been selling halves on doubles here, like a granny does. Yeah, you would have made nice. Now you're all the way back from the start. And I freaking bought some of this. Anyway, hopefully it has its day. And when I buy things, I hold them to zero, right? Because I manage my risk. Yeah, guys, please consider checking out the Patreon. There's freaking a lot of content here. And just for $15, right? A lot. And go ahead and read all of this. There's a lot of info here, like years of information. You can go through my performance chart, right? Look at these gains, like in the bull market, right? Check at this, boom, boom, boom. And this is just by trading the little old lady. Ratio trading BTC. You can see the mass majority of the portfolio is sitting in BTC, but this is all limit orders sitting there, waiting for people to buy. And look where this started, right? At 2,000, right? Boom, all the way up to 12K. And it's just trading the little old lady strategy, the exact same thing that I'm doing 4 years later. Can you believe it? 3 years later, 3.5 years later. How time has flown. A lot of information here. And you get access to what I'm doing, what I'm buying, and a really good community that's always looking out for coins to buy. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of all of your chats. Mumu, Saponke. We've got some Solana players here. Let's see what you have for us today. Mumu, down 20%. Liquidity. Mumu the bull. Straight up. Let's look at it valued versus Solana. And right, there's not much I can tell you. I can't tell you anything about the fundamentals. We can only look at the reload zone. This is the reload zone. What's the market cap? This market cap's already 43 million, right? Doesn't mean you can't make money. But if you get into lower market cap coins, I think it can go do much better, right? Pretty much almost there, a steady uptrend. So why wouldn't this uptrend end here? Almost in value, just a very, very high market cap, eh? I'll do two. Just to be fair to the other viewers. Okay, down 20%. Is there a correction happening in the market now? What's going on here? Yeah, BTC selling off. So you can just see blood in the market here. Already flowing over to pretty much everything. You can see 5% down for Pulse, Pulse X. Yeah, like I said, I don't think this correction is over just yet. So, yeah, that's life. Oh, man. How is Axis doing? Guys, this has already been an hour, and I'm literally not halfway through all of your chat. So let's try and go quickly. What's up, Grant Gamble? From one Safa to another, please chart fame. Do that. I'm gonna be selective with the comments here because I want to finish this. I think I'm boring some of you to sleep already. Okay, let's look at this. New lows here, hey? Small little W there. You can see the little W. Was this a valid one? No, because the second V is lower. No bull devs just yet. It needs a little bit more time. It's incredibly cheap. Even though it's very cheap, I still won't get it here. I'm going to be patient with this. I want this to W out. Something like this, a new low, a higher low, higher low. This will then create bullish divergences with a higher low. You can see the bull divs there. And then the break of the W, the confirmation of the divs, and off you go. So as you can see, it's got a little bit more room to go. Person like is income. Lots of ink fans. Good for you guys. Check WBTC. It's performed well. I think I sold some at the top here. I think it's still a little bit too high. It's coming down nicely now. The beautiful weekly W there, hey? Retest of it as well. If you wanted some PBTC, you should. It's already given you a chance. It's yeah. This is your level at 800,070k. That's where I probably get some. Because you can see the clear W, the retest of the W has already happened. Oh, this is the 4 hourly. One was it? Yeah. When it gets there, hey, it's still a little bit high. It's a pleasure, Dixon. Thanks you for always being here, and smash the like button if you enjoy this video. If you want to see more, you can subscribe, hit the bell for notification. Hans, how would you explain what the reflection token is and why they struggle like you mentioned? Because when you reflect, when the reflection token is, it has a tax on the coin, buying and selling, and a percentage. It's generally smaller percentages, and when that buy goes through it, sometimes it reflects back into the liquidity pool, but it only reflects coin back onto the sell side, right? Because let's say you're selling INC, the INC reflects into the I don't know if this is the case with INC, but we'll just use it as with Mike. We'll just use it as an example. You buy Mike, 2% goes to reflect to the current holders, so the holders get some of that transaction fees, and then 2% goes into of that mic goes into the LP, right? But you're not adding PLS to the other side. You're just adding a crap ton of sell pressure on the top of that LP. So you're effectively just adding more and more sell pressure, more and more mic onto that onto the other side of the LP, and you're not reflecting PLS. So it gets really hard to get the price up. And there's probably more mechanics that I'm not aware of. Pepe, Wolf, Brett on PLS. Oh, Grant, I'm sorry that it took so long to get to you guys. Okay, so we've looked at Pulse Spot. How do you get the RSI on Dex Screener? Up here, indicators, RSI. Relative strength index. There we go. Boys Club. Granny is the best coin, according to the granny. Yes, yes, yes. Wolf on Pulse Chain. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Oh my god. Hansi is a pleb. Join the club, guys. So Grant, I hope that fame analysis was good for you. Yeah, I've got to the bottom of the chat. I don't know if it's everything. I hope so. This has been an hour and 20 minutes, generally a little bit longer than I used to go. So yeah, let's see where the sell-off takes us. Don't panic, just relax. Everything's gonna be all right. Good, I'll see you guys in the next video. Play from a position of strength, don't get wrecked. Cheers for now, and bye-bye.